Okay. When Tupac gets released from jail and comes over to California to be part of Death Row,
Yeah.
you and Daz ended up throwing him one of a series of welcome home parties. But can you tell me about the party that you guys threw for him at the Silver Lake House?
Yes, yes, yes. So we threw him a hot wings party because he's coming home from jail. So we went to the hot wing cafe over in El Meros, got some wings for him, like a ton of wings. I might have ordered maybe 500 wings. And prior to Tupac coming over that night, you guys remember the song this on Pac's album, I Got My Mind Made Up. Well, they recorded that in me and Daz's studio. It was Inspector Deck, Method Man, Redman, Rage, Corrupt, and Daz. They recorded that. And they recorded that, and then Pac, I remember the guard calling me at the gate and saying, "Is somebody? Tupac is at the gate." He was excited. The guard was like, "Tupac's here. Can I let him in?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, let him in." So Tupac drives up. Me and Daz had this long driveway, and the house is all iron gates are all around the house. On the side of the house, Suge had built a playground for Imani for her first birthday, and Suge had all it was playground equipment. We had our handprints, and on the other side was a basketball court and driveway. So Pac pulls up, drop top Benz, 2-seater, bumping, and my heart dropped. I'm like, oh, Tupac is here. Yeah, I was like, Tupac is here, and he got out the car, bouncing around, happy. He walks in and everybody gives him love. Method Man, Redman, Inspector Deck, Rage. Everybody was there. Snoop wasn't there. He wasn't in attendance, but we were all so happy that he was out of jail. And, I tell people, damn it, we damn near threw him the first party. He came up and had a good time with us. He was happy. You know, Sugar got him out of jail. Death Row got him out of jail. Yeah, Interscope left him there to suffer. Death Row got him out of jail. Let that be noted. Death Row got him out of jail. Period.
Okay. A lot of people try to say, or they notate that when Tupac got out of jail at first, he was very happy, very humble, very excited to be there. But over time, as he kind of got deep within the mob stuff, that he changed a little bit. Did you witness any of that? Did you see any change in him at all?
I seen no change in him at all. He was happy and humbled. The most important thing was for him to take care of his family. And he took care of his mom and sister and nieces and nephews well. I mean, for my daughter's second birthday, Tupac flew his mother and his sister and the kids out for my daughter Imani's second birthday that we had in Pasadena. His main focus was to be able to pay the bills. He didn't change. I mean, he just had love for the people that were responsible for getting him out of that hellhole where he was. I mean, he was in hell. A lot of things happened to Rikers Island. He was left there to rot. I mean, it was many people that could have got him out. Many. Interscope could have got him out. Many people, but Death Row, I remember that all they were coming up with a plan, all of them. It was many people involved. The ex-wife, it was Suge, Reggie, Snoop. They were involved. Daz was writing them. He was the only Dog Pound member that was really writing them in jail, and that's how I know he was suffering in there. And he didn't change. I didn't see any change. I just seen the fact that I'm making money, I'm comfortable, but I'm loyal to the people who had my back because I have been through hell. I have been to New York and got shot and got left for dead. But I feel like there's a family now. These people have my back. I just felt it was a humble moment. I didn't see any change. I was with him, on his last night of life, and he was still happy. He was still jumping around. He was still loving the Death Row family. He was still loving his friends. No, I didn't see any of that. And we were with him at that last moment. He was still in love with the people who loved him.
Okay. A couple of days before the Vegas situation, they went out to New York for the MTV Awards. Snoop got on the radio and stated that he didn't really have a big problem with Puffy and Biggie and that he would work with them, which angered Tupac. Can you
Absolutely.
tell me how the story was told to you as far as what went down in New York and then, that week? Or I guess it was just a few days between New York and Vegas where apparently Snoop and Tupac did not talk.
Yeah. I mean, when that happened, I was already. One thing about for me and Daz, if I'm mad at Daz and me and Daz are going through it, his homeboys are rolling with him and they mad at me too. So I was so used to that. So me and Daz were already going through our personal things. We were young and crazy, so we were going through it. So I remember I'm already mad at them. We're not talking, so my vendetta already there. But yeah, Snoop goes on the radio and basically says, I'm cool with Biggie, and that infuriated uh, Pac. Like, we all brothers. Like, we pledged to be brothers. You supposed to be rolling with me because Pac had been through hell with them, prior to whatever happened in New York, and that kind of hit him in the gut hard. That you went on the radio and basically said how Pac felt. You friends with my enemy, and you don't have no problem with him. Nah, if I'm rolling with you, your enemy is my enemy. Period. We family here. My homegirl, if she tells me she got an enemy, well, that's my enemy too. And Pac was hurt. He was more hurt than anything because he didn't expect that, and it was so publicly known at that point. It hurt. So, going down to Vegas, it was like the dog pound were over there in their time and we were all over here. And Pac was my friend. Pac supported me. He knew when I was going through stuff, and he would always tell me, "Pick your head up, sister. Call me queen. You're gonna be okay. You deserve to be treated this way." He was always a good friend, and always gave me, that support that I needed. Because I'm a young person. I'm going through hell in a relationship of something. I didn't know how to navigate a relationship with a man who had millions, and we started off with nothing. And now there's a lot, and there's women, and there's this. Everything's coming at you. So everything that was coming at Daz was coming at me, but I was getting hit with it harder. And I felt like Tupac always encouraged me. And that particular night when he died, he was on the side of my car encouraging me again, and we were laughing, but encouraging me. So I had his back 120%, hands down.
Okay. And wasn't there a situation where Daz tried to accuse you of hooking up with Tupac at one point?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, Tupac. I think he was gone, dead already, and me and Tupac were friends. Like, we were good friends. And after he died, um, Dad had said that one of his little cousins, I think it was a 9-year-old cousin, a 10-year-old cousin, seen me and Tupac in Vegas together in a room or something. I'm like, I sat up there kind of stoic, like, a 9 or 10-year-old told you this? What was a 9 or 10-year-old doing in Vegas? It was kind of like crazy. And God, he stole my car. He really accused me of sleeping with Pac. I wasn't going to deny it. I mean, that's a good rumor, you guys. I mean, even though if it's not true, fuck that. Tupac, that's a great rumor, but it wasn't true. But God damn it, I wish it was. But no, Tupac and I never had anything going on. We were close, but Daz was mad serious. He's like, "I'm taking your car, you slept with Pac," and I'm like, "Well, how about this? Pac is not here to defend himself. So when you get to heaven, why don't you ask him? Because he's not here anymore." And, that rumor kind of died down because it did not make no sense that a 9 or 10-year-old cousin of his had told him something like this. I'm like, huh? But I love that rumor, actually. It just never got any fire or steam. What happened to it? It died down. It died down, and then it went to Suge. I'm like, wait a minute. How did I go from Pac, and then that did it, and then Suge now is the guy. I'm like, can we just stick to Pac now? Why are we putting me on Suge? I want to stick to Pac.